The old iron gates groaned. Claire shivered, stepping onto the overgrown path. Blackwood Manor loomed a silhouette against the dying light. Locals whispered of vanished souls, of shadows moving within its walls. Claire, a journalist drawn to the unexplained, was here to uncover the truth. A cold wind rustled the dead leaves, whispering secrets she longed to uncover. The air grew heavy as she approached the house. Its windows, like vacant eyes, stared back at her. A shiver ran down her spine. This place held a darkness. She could feel it. Taking a deep breath, Claire reached for the tarnished door knocker. Dust motes danced in the faint slivers of light piercing the gloom. The air hung stale and thick, heavy with the weight of forgotten years. Claire wandered through echoing corridors, each step kicking up the dust of neglect. The house breathed around her, whispering tales of its tragic past. A faint scratching sound drew her towards a hidden door concealed behind faded tapestry. Her heart pounded with anticipation. What secrets lay hidden within? With bated breath, Claire pushed the door open, revealing a small, dusty study. The study was a time capsule, untouched by the passing years. Books lined the shelves, their leather covers cracked and dry. A heavy wooden desk sat in the center of the room, its surface covered in a layer of dust. And there, lying open as if waiting for her, was a leather-bound diary. The diary belonged to Eleanor Blackwood, the last known resident of the manor. Her elegant script filled the pages, each word a brushstroke painting a portrait of a life consumed by fear. Eleanor wrote of strange occurrences, of whispers in the dead of night, and a growing terror that seemed to emanate from the house itself. As Claire delved deeper into Eleanor's diary, a growing sense of unease gripped her. Eleanor wrote of a cursed mirror hidden somewhere within the manor, a mirror that served as a portal, a gateway to somewhere dark and terrible. Her words spoke of trapped souls, their pleas for release echoing through the mirror's depths. Driven by a mixture of fear and morbid curiosity, Claire searched for the mirror. She found it hidden in the attic, concealed beneath a dusty sheet. As she pulled the sheet away, a cold gust of wind swept through the room, stirring the air with an unnatural chill. The mirror's surface rippled, as if disturbed by an unseen hand. Section 5. Whispers in the dark. The air grew heavy, charged with an unseen energy. A low hum resonated from the mirror, growing louder with each passing moment. Claire's heart pounded against her ribs, her breath catching in her throat. From the depths of the mirror she heard whispers. They started faintly, like the rustling of leaves, then grew in intensity. Words formed, disjointed and full of despair, whispers of fear and pleas for help. The room seemed to warp around her, the air growing thin and cold. A terror she'd never known gripped her heart. Section 6. Trapped. An unseen force slammed Claire against the wall, knocking the breath from her lungs. She struggled to rise, her eyes fixed on the swirling vortex of energy now emanating from the mirror. Shadowy figures writhed within, their elongated fingers reaching towards her. Panic surged through her. Clawing at the wooden floor, she tried to scramble back, to put distance between herself and the terrifying scene unfolding before her. But the unseen force held her fast, pinning her in place like a butterfly on a collector's board. Section 7. A desperate escape. Desperation lent her strength. With a surge of adrenaline, Claire tore her gaze from the hypnotic horror of the mirror. She had to escape, to break free from the unseen force that held her captive. Her eyes darted around the room, searching for anything at all that could help her. Her gaze fell upon a heavy silver candlestick lying discarded on the floor. With a grunt of effort, she pulled herself towards it, her fingers closing around the cool metal. Just as the shadowy figures began to emerge from the mirror, she hurled the candlestick at its surface. Section 8. Freedom's Price. The candlestick met the mirror with a deafening crack. The air exploded with a blinding white light, throwing Claire backwards. She hit the floor hard. the air knocked from her lungs. Disoriented and gasping for breath, she could only watch as the mirror, now spider-webbed with cracks, pulsed once and then fell silent. The shadowy figures vanished, their cries of anguish abruptly silenced. The oppressive weight that had filled the room lifted, replaced by an eerie calm. Claire lay there for a moment, her heart pounding, her body trembling with the aftermath of terror. Section 9. Haunted Memories. Claire stumbled out of Blackwood Manor as dawn broke, the first rays of sunlight a welcome relief from the horrors she had witnessed. She had found the truth, but it was a truth that clung to her like a shroud. The images, the whispers, the sheer terror of that night were seared into her memory. She knew she could never forget the faces of the trapped souls she had glimpsed within the mirror's depths. Their cries for help echoed in her dreams, a constant reminder of the darkness that lurked within Blackwood Manor. She had escaped with her life, but a part of her remained trapped within those haunted walls. Section 10. A warning unheeded. Claire tried to warn others. She wrote articles, gave interviews, desperately trying to convey the truth about Blackwood Manor, but her words rang hollow, dismissed as the ramblings of a traumatized woman. No one believed her, not really. They saw only the beautiful facade, not the darkness that festered beneath. And so Blackwood Manor stood silent once more, its secrets locked away behind crumbling walls. But Claire knew the truth. She knew the evil that resided within, waiting for its next unsuspecting victim. And she knew that one day the whispers would begin again.